Hello, everybody.
Okay, this is case number 12-105-299. This is Asset Acceptance LLC versus Mariah Corley. The matter is before the court on the filing of objections to a writ of garnishment. This is regarding a judgment that was entered in this case in 2012. The judgment was renewed in 2022. In 2022, it was indicated that the amount owed was $3,690.09. The judgment previously was $6,390. Your appearance for the plaintiff in this matter.
Good morning, Your Honor. David R. Monroe, P18081, Appearance Counsel for Asset Acceptance.
Thank you, Counsel. Good morning to you, sir. I'm looking for Mariah Corley
I'm here.
All right, thank you, Ms. Corley, and good morning to you, ma'am. I did look at your objections to the writ of garnishment. You said I'm not who they are trying to say I am. I wasn't old enough. So tell me what you're talking about there. It looks like this was somebody's paid on this judgment before. What's going on? What are you telling me, ma'am?
From my understanding, I have received a letter in the mail about, them garnishing my taxes. So, when I had contact, the parties about the matter, they told me that a bank account was opened in 2006, March 20th, 2006, and I told them that I was 14 at the time. And the name that they had sent the letter in, I was adopted when I was a kid, so my birth name was Jessica Wright. And my name now is Mariah Corley. So I had to take my foster parents' last name. But the name that they're talking about, that's no longer my name. And I was 14 at the time when the account got opened. So I don't know anything about it.
All right, so counsel, I am seeing the judgment entered as Jessica Wright. And then I see it, a subsequent indication of it formerly known as that then includes the name of Mariah Corley. And Ms. Corley says, of course, that she was a minor at the time that any of this occurred. Counsel, go ahead and talk to me.
I'm told by Asset Acceptance, Your Honor, that they have accepted her claim, her proof of fraud, and they are in the process of moving to vacate the matter in the case of the current garnished defendant. I would suggest you give us a month or so to get all that done, and hopefully it'll go away.
Your Honor, can I say something?
Sure.
They said give them a month or so, but the people that I had contact, they told me they was gonna send me something in the mail, and that was over a month ago. So that's why I decided to come down to the court to get a court date. They haven't sent me anything in the mail for me to even send to the IRS. I have 2 kids and I'm a single mom. And the fact of them taking my income tax, I do not appreciate it. And they haven't did anything that they said they were going to do. Give you a month or so when I gave you over a month already. Like, it's not helping me out. I have bills, I have kids, it's not helping me out. Keep waiting. When I told y'all that wasn't me from Jump Street.
Finished?
Yes.
Okay. So you agree with them that this should be set aside, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. I know I'm glad you got that off your chest.
I just want my money.
I'm glad you got that off your chest. Want your money, there's a process involved. I'm glad you got that off your chest. All right. I agree that based upon what has been indicated here, that the objection is a valid objection. There is some paperwork that they got to do, but as far as before the court, counsel as an officer of the court has indicated that based upon the due diligence of asset acceptance, they determined that your objection is a valid objection. Therefore, the court will find that the objection is in fact valid. When you told me that you were underage, that becomes a huge issue here, and if they hadn't, looked into that, that I was gonna have you present information, because if you could prove that you were a minor at the time, that would resolve it by itself. But they've already said that they agree with you that there was some fraud involved here. So I find that the objection is valid. Any funds withheld will be released to the defendant, that is to Ms. Mariah Porter. All right, I wish you well, ma'am. Thank you, counsel. And whatever process the agency goes through, they can still do that. But as far as the objection, I have to find that the objection is valid at this time. So, okay.
Your Honor, I assume you will file a written order to that effect and send it to them?
Yes, I'm signing the order now. A copy of this order will go to Ms. Corley. It will also go to the Michigan Department of Treasury.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
so much, Judge.
All right, thank you, Ms. Corley. I'm glad you got it off your chest. Go take care of you.
Good day, Your Honor. Thank you, sir.
Good day to you. On the record in 5754, Automotive Credit Corporation versus Pleasure. Are you on that matter, sir? Your appearance, if you will, on automotive?
Oh, I'm Attorney Richard Rusin. I am the attorney of record for the plaintiff, my bar number 35222. Today, Judge, I am the respondent to defendant's objection to a bank garnishment.
All right, thank you, counsel. And I have Mr. Pledger on this Zoom at this time. Mr. Pledger, I looked at your objection. It says you never received any notice of a letter and money was taken out of your account. Of course, I mentioned to you that the reason for the garnishment is that outstanding judgment. Tell me what you're trying to tell me, Mr. Pledger.
Well, I mean, I know that I do owe for the car or whatever, but usually, like when you get garnished, they give you you get notified in the mail that they about to garnish you. And
No, not on the garnishment. You get the notice after the garnishment. That's the way. That's the whole point of it, to keep you from going and getting the money. So it's supposed to come by surprise.
yeah, but
Go ahead. Go ahead.
one thing on that with that account, it was me and my girlfriend's joint account, but they told me that my car was closed, my account was closed. That was her income tax money that came to the account, and they just up and took it. That's what the whole issue about. I'm not knocking me on them or whatever, but it's just when they did that, that was her income tax money that went to that account. Like, I don't even use that account or nothing. They told me my end was closed. I didn't even know my name was still on the savings part. And that's where they got it from.
Yeah, that makes you an owner of that account, unfortunately. Well, let me hear from Mr. Ruse and I'll come back. How much money was taken, Mr. Pleasure? Do you know?
Like 1,700.
Mr. Ruse?
Well, Judge, may I please the disclosure from the bank. Apparently, the disclosure from the bank was for the sum of $1,611. Now, I can tell you, Judge, I have no information about any co-owners in the bank account. I have no information but for the two documents I've received that brought us to your docket, which is Mr. Pletcher's objection, and the one-page document from the bank said we're withholding $1,611.
Wow. But, Mr. Pleasure, if that being the case, I mean, it's got your name on it, and that's money.
Yeah, not that being said, that's the problem I have, Judge. So I don't have any way to dispute or
Mr. Rosen, you're breaking up completely. And I need to hear what you're saying now. Maybe you should can you go out and come back in, because you're breaking up bad.
go out and come back. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going now. I'll be right back.
Okay. Just one moment, Mr. Pledger. I want to hear what he had to say.
There we go. Let's try this again. All right. Judge, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So the only information I have in listening to Mr. Pelger's argument on the record is just his one-page objection and the one-page disclosure I received from the bank. And again, if based on the record, if it's a joint account, he's got equal access as to to the account money as well as his girlfriend. So therefore, I ask you deny the objection
My
today.
name's still on there.
Yeah, Mr. Fletcher, given that you're joined on this account, that your name is still on it, there's nothing here to establish any other ownership on the account. When your name is attached to something, you have a judgment that makes those items subject to garnishment, and therein lies the problem here. You know, go ahead. I'm listening to you, Mr. Fletcher.
You said, and there's no other. They said there's no other name on the account.
Well, the notification, I believe the attorney said that he received it did not display some other person's name, but it definitely has your name. That's the problem. That's the biggest part of the problem, is that your name and your identification is attached to that, and then you have a judgment. So that's why the bank seized the money, because that judgment says if you have some money with Mr. Pleasure's name on it, then you got to turn it over, and that's what they did. And I don't see an objection to that. So, you know, looks like you're gonna have to pay your girlfriend back if that's her money, because your name is all over. All right, so I would have to find that there's not a valid objection here, Mr. Clay. And the funds will then be released to the plaintiff to be applied towards the judgment balance. I do wish you well, sir. Thank you. Good day.
Thank you, Russ.
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.